Hi, I'm Steve Richardson. Whether you file a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy here in New Jersey, a trustee is going to be assigned to your case. Now, you might ask yourself, what's a trustee? And what does a trustee do? Well, the trustee's duties are different depending upon whether you file a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13. If you file a Chapter 7, the trustee is the representative of the creditors. He or she acts on behalf of creditors at looking at your bankrupt estate or the pot of assets that you have in your bankruptcy. And in a Chapter 7, the trustee looks to see if there are any assets that could be sold to raise money to pay your creditors. That's their main job because a Chapter 7 is in effect a liquidation bankruptcy. Now, before you get too worried, most bankruptcies, I would say about 95% of them in Chapter 7 here in New Jersey, do not result in a liquidation because people that file don't have assets of enough value to exceed the exemptions that protect those assets. You're allowed to keep assets when you file bankruptcy up to a certain value. So in the vast majority of Chapter 7 cases here in New Jersey, especially here in southern New Jersey, there are no liquidations. So the trustee just makes sure all the paperwork is correct, verifies the values and the exemptions, makes sure that it is not an asset case, and then will close his file. Sometimes they'll see assets, it'll be what's called an asset case, and then they'll administer the estate to sell the assets. But that's what a Chapter 7 trustee does. If you file a Chapter 13, there's a trustee again acting on behalf of creditors, and they review your bankruptcy, all of your financial situation, income and expenses, debts, things like that. And their job is to make sure that your plan of repayment meets all of the requirements of the bankruptcy code and that it's feasible. In other words, that you can afford to make a payment that would pass muster under the law. And they also administer those payments. You make all your payments to the trustee. You'll make one monthly payment to the trustee, and then that trustee will make all those payments out to all the different creditors. They'll take care of the paperwork after that once your plan is approved by the bankruptcy court. So, the important thing to bear in mind, whether it's a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13, is that the trustee is acting on behalf of creditors. They're not on your side. And that's what they do. They administer your bankruptcy. So, if you live here in southern New Jersey and you're thinking about filing bankruptcy and you may have some questions, please feel free to give my office a call. I'd be happy to set up an appointment in my Woodbury office, sit down with you, go over your situation, and see whether bankruptcy is right for you.